This video will discuss XRP pricing. Now let's put it into practice. Here, let's be practical. $3, $20, or perhaps $15. Where will XRP's price end up? We're going to dissect it, people. We will analyze the market capitalization of altcoins, as depicted in the diagram we are currently examining. H. Pierce is going to speak with us. After discussing the dispute between Ripple and the SEC, we'll take a closer look at a photo from the conference that Ripple recently attended, including the people seated at the table. Given its significance, let's proceed without further ado. Remain calm and relaxed as we go into Bitcoin 63,800. Ethereum is currently down 4.2% over the last 24 hours, down 3.14%. USDT and USDC are both down 5.44% over the last 24 hours, coming in at 99 cents, and XRP is, well, a mean lean 51 cents, down 5.1% over the last 24 hours in the overall cryptocurrency market cap. It leans slightly toward green. That is still a long way off, $2.369 trillion. Reaching the $5 trillion mark before the year ends is still a long way off, but as time is running out, there will be a huge boom and an unprecedented inflow of capital. Joining these markets for cryptocurrencies, recall that the bull run is not over in 2024. Oh no, folks, it's not over until 2025. We have one incredible artist. We are releasing 5 game dabs to celebrate the launch of the largest gaming hub on the XRP ledger. We might actually publish the first game, a small puzzle game, today to pique players' excitement. The second game, which will take place over 3 to 4 weeks, will be a battle royale. Players will place bets in this type of game. You can wager XRP at the top of the game to enter the multiplayer lobby, which can accommodate up to 40 players. According to my you can play simultaneously. You'll understand the game when I break it down for you. Later in the summer, we'll introduce the largest and most powerful game yet. I won't even attempt to discuss it. We're going to alter the XRP ledger permanently, and it will be shocking. Mark, I broke the news with my own words. According to sources, Morgan Stanley plans to give its 15,000 brokers the authority to recommend Bitcoin ETFs to their clients to bring about a systemic change in the markets. That's correct, people. I haven't even entered the market yet, Morgan Stanley. There are 15,000 brokers on the way out. When you start promoting and pumping Bitcoin, you are aware of the amount of money involved. You know that it launches at the end of this month. At the end of this month, what about the ETFs on Asian markets? You want to talk about how we arrived at 5 trillion. It's a really easy path. Is arranged. Are you following up yet? Or do you fear that the bull run is coming to an end? Bitcoin reached a record high. That is the end of it. We aim to raise $10,000. Come on, these markets are going to blow up big time. I'm very excited to see you there. We're looking at the bid on a total cryptocurrency market cap with the supremacy of Bitcoin right now, and we still have a little ways to go. This seems to me to be the biggest opportunity for years to come. Proceed here, it will eventually rise above 60%. When the money arrives, you're going to see it removed from Bitcoin, correct? We have observed this in the past. Return now. Return to the bull run of 2021, following the bull run of 2017. When Bitcoin dominance reaches its lowest point, it strikes this incredible black R. It descends. When it falls, what occurs? Does that imply the bull doesn't run over? In other words, Bitcoin has already enjoyed itself. It reached new peak values. Many people become wealthy from it, but it's time to switch now. Invest your funds in alternative investments, as they have become increasingly profitable. It's just a matter of time until that money starts flowing into the alts and they begin to run. Hello everyone, this is a coin from the Telegraph. They've since removed their post about the H-bar. Disseminate false information, claiming it was all a bunch of bullshit and not true. You've guessed it, what coin? For the 88th occasion, the Telegraph was incorrect. If you didn't see the first video today, you already know what we talked about, so yes, it is 100% true. The first video today demonstrates the connection between Axis Corporation and Ripple, the owner of Matto. We continue to organize the information for your convenience. Without further ado, let's listen to H. Pierce as she shares her insights on innovation and regulation. Yes, I've been pretty upfront about what I believe. First, we're going to take enforcement action. I've argued that we can address various difficulties and provide clarification around those issues. We can consider rulemaking, guidance, or exemption orders in a domain where we should be adopting a regulatory-first approach. We should utilize Brad's exemption authority as a means to achieve our goals. One strategy for enhancing innovation is to incorporate it into discussions about innovation. Congress granted us the ability to employ the exemption order procedure precisely because it anticipated changes in the political landscape. This would necessitate a complete overhaul. Therefore, we may be doing that. I don't think it's the best course of action to draft enforcement settlements with one party and then use those settlements to try to set the standard for the rest of the industry. This leaves a lot of voices out of the room, including technology users and other market participants. And I hope that we'll get going. We are working on a more aggressive U.S. regulatory strategy, and naturally, there is an enforcement function in place. We are all aware of the widespread fraud in the industry, yet the establishment of regulations does not eliminate the opportunity for enforcement. As such, there is a delicate balance, but I believe we have the best. Let's face it, there are simply too few restrictions in the U.S. I believe that there were clear regulations in place. Gary Gensel would not have been present if the SEC had acted together, as he is obviously anti-crypto and anti-US. If the SEC had taken the initiative on anything, I believe we would have made significant progress in this field. The question is, when will it happen? However, I believe that all of these businesses are actively building and preparing for this event. Distributed ledger technology in the EU banking sector is taking a look at this interaction because they recognize that there will be a significant change soon. ACC credits institutions using DLT. We discuss DLT. We discuss using cases. What are we searching for? Ethereum's Aloran chain link Quan H. We will involve every single one of them because we understand the significance of the project. We also know in the EU that Ripple has been collaborating with the Bank of England for a while, but we keep this information to ourselves. That since they appear to forget its Ripple inquiry about XRP, Eric Van Millenberg discusses the introduction of reliable, high-quality currency with Ripple. Not only will the XRP ledger ecosystem benefit XRP, but it will also benefit the community. Ripple intends to launch a stablecoin on the same XRP. The introduction of stablecoins into other blockchains, such as Polygons in the past, has raised the amount of total value held on the blockchain, enhancing trust in the blockchain. This phenomenon, akin to a rising tide, will ultimately benefit the ecosystem. This is who he was. We questioned Milberg and received a response. Stablecoins are going to be crucial for the XRP ledger, as of just a few days ago. There's a reason why Ripple is influencing people. Bill Morgan stated, "Hey, you should be concerned about those who claim it doesn't matter because XRP itself has clarity and underestimation." Zach responded to Bill by posting this. Let's be clear about the negative effects of a broad permanent injunction that prevents ripples in on-demand liquidity or that prohibits the usage of XRP and ODL on XRP and the XRP ledger ecosystem. In the unlikely event that this occurs, it would merely result in the discontinuation of old use. In the US, we've already witnessed what Ripple says. 90% since 95% to 99% of the work is completed outside of the US, it wouldn't significantly impact their current output. That could be where the steadycoin is located. Should I be concerned if something unusual happens? Not one, that's for sure. Few people pay attention to XRP's price. Since it's on the charts, we know where it's heading, right? $3 at a minimum, we can see targets ranging from 7 to 13. What leads you to believe that Ripple is sitting at this table right now, during this bull cycle? Take a look at everyone here. The group comprises a former U.S. Secret Service policy officer at Poised Chainlink Lab, a managing director of the OMFI, a managing director of the FTI, a former Treasury SEC, a former Fed executive for Torrent Ventures MasterCard, who has successfully integrated the XRP ledger into the Stellar Development Foundation, and to top it all off, REIT Digital Bank, the head of the public, is off to you. Oh, and Microsoft is also present at Ripple in terms of government and policy. Why do you think Ripple has a seat at the table? What do you think about these people? They engage in discussions at this circular table, each taking a sip from their tiny teacups. They sip coffee and water. What do you suppose is going on with this guy who is drinking iced tea? Ripple is a part of the larger image that Ripple employs here, regardless of what is happening.